I think that people are completely misinformed about how the flag was, like what the flag, like what it's, like how the war started. It's kind of evolved into like a racial thing when really it was not started as a racial thing at all.
Okay, goddamn. I'm gonna need a dab for that one. Okay. It's literally enshrined in their laws. When comparing the Constitution of the Confederacy to the one of the Unions, and I'm not saying ours is, great or doesn't have its flaws, considering the 3/5 compromise, but their Constitution explicitly says the word slave or slavery over 21 times, and ours doesn't say it once. And then Article 1, Section 9 of their Constitution literally states that Congress shall pass no bill or law that prohibits the right of property over the Negro slave. And then there's Article 4, Section 2, where any future Confederate states would be required by law to allow slavery. I mean, then let's look at Confederate higher-ups. Their president, Jefferson Davis, literally stated, "We recognize the Negro man as God's book and laws tell us to, which is to recognize them as inferior, fitted expressively for servitude." Another fantastic example would be the Cornerstone Address, which was given by Alexander Stephens, the Vice President of the Confederacy. He was comparing the two governments, and in that he explicitly stated that our governments are formed on exact opposite ideas. Its foundation laid and cornerstone rests upon the great truth that the Negro is lesser than the white man, and that their servitude and slavery is natural and their normal condition. This is not the Confederate flag. The Confederate States had 4 flags. None of them were that flag. This is the Bonnie Blue, the first one. Then it was changed to the Stars and Bars. Then it moved to the Stainless Banner. And finally, when they were defeated in 1865 officially, this is their final one, the Bloodstained Banner. Back to this one. This is a Virginia battle flag that was used pretty much throughout the Confederate Army to discern and identify troops and rally them. And during the decades that followed the Civil War, Southern revisionists worked tirelessly to change the legacy of the Confederacy into something that was about everyday man fighting for their land, rights, and way of life, and politically less about slavery and more about a state's right to own their own economy. But again, that flag specifically didn't really explode into popularity again in the US until the decades leading up to the 50s and 60s, which was the Civil Rights era. At a time where a lot of people felt like their way of life was being attacked. Black people will literally find these flags in their yard next to the images of burnt crosses. So it's like when a brown or black person sees that flag, they're not thinking of your Southern pride. They're not thinking of your fucking biscuits and gravy. They're fucking thinking of the oppression of their ancestors and the continued oppression of their following generations.